Want to see how we take a container store shelving unit and really customize it to fit the space, because you know they come in certain fittings, certain sizes. This is a 20 by 24 driftwood shelving. It's a solid shelving unit. The ventilated shelving units you can cut easily with a metal cutting blade, no problem at all. But these are huge. It was 24 inches long, and I needed just a half of a shelf to fit in this perfect space. But my problem is it attaches with these little fasteners here that sit in these little holes. There's one here and there's one there. However, because I cut it in half, I now have to put two holes on this side. This is the side that I want to face the other shelving because they butt next to each other. So nobody will ever know. They'll never know. Right? I should find that ring, that sound. I already put the other one up. It fits like a glove. It is like perfect. But I can't put this one up the way it is. I have to drill 4 new holes for these brackets to fit, because I want, if I use these holes, that means it would be like this, and that's what you would see on the outside. Because I don't want to see this on the outside, I'm going to flip it around. I still have the holes on the bottom, so we won't see those holes once it's in the chamber. It's in the channel that it goes in. However, I need to put the holes, 4 holes, for these brackets to sit in. Now, I labeled it front, an F for front, and I'm taking my ruler and I am measuring out where the front, and I'm just putting a pencil mark right where the front goes. Now, I took that sweet lady gave me a whole bunch of these, and I took painter's tape and I marked the front hole goes here, the back hole goes here, and this is how far in it goes. So then I've got the front hole here, and I'm going to put it perfectly, and then I'm going to put a line. See if you can see that. And then I'm going to drill a hole. So I've kind of made an X on it. I don't know if you can see that. It's right here. It looks more like a T right now. And I'm going to take my drill, which you are standing up against, and I'm going to drill a hole right where those 2 lines intersect. See, I'm going to drill a hole right there. Now, before I drill this hole, I'm actually going to make these marks in the 4 spaces that I need. So I drill the hole 4 times, and I don't have to keep picking up the drill. Okay. I guess Mr. Mole is feeling better. You need to play nice. Really nice, okay? Carrying on. Now that I have them all marked, I'm actually going to drill a hole in between, right at where the marks cross. But I'm not going to drill it very deep, so I'm not going to put very much pressure, and I'm going to take my time. Because if you can see, this is the only part that needs to go in it right there. And I don't want to drill so deep that I go through this shelving and you see it on the top, because that will just not look pretty ever. And then I check to make sure. Okay, got one in. Time to do the other side. Now, if I really wanted to make sure that I didn't go all the way through, I would put a piece of painter's tape on the end of this just for the depth of where I needed to go. And that way, when the painter's tape was going around and around and around, you would see when it touched the wood, and you would know when to stop. But, you know, I was living on the wild side today. Take the tape off, and take the tape off of your stick. That way you can reuse it. I never paint on my stick. I do know that you can buy these. Somebody was telling me you could no longer get them, but I saw them for sale in a hardware store the other day. I was like, golden, right? Perfect. Okay, let's go put this puppy together so I can show you how we fixed an issue and finished another project. Yay! Oh, Mr. Mole, you decided not to live a life of crime, huh? Now, this is the area that we are working on. This section is the first one that I cut. I have to have this brace because this brace holds up this board right here. So I have to have this brace because this brace, standard is what they call them, holds up these 2 shelves here. So I just have this guy floating out in the middle of nowhere. That's kind of ugly. So I took this shelf, cut it in half. I took one of these, cut it in half, and screwed holes, drilled holes right there, and it fit perfectly. Now let's see if this one fits. The beauty of these shelves is the bracket determines if it is an end or if it goes on with another joint to joint with another shelf. This one is going to go joint to joint with that shelf here, and this one right here is set to go on that bracket to be an end. See how it hangs over a little bit? Don't want it to hang over if it's going to butt up to each other. Let's see. Should have left my front sticker on, huh? Oh my gosh. That is absolutely awesome. Do you know how long I have been wanting to do that? 4 years I have been wanting to do that. 4 years. Yes. Now we will organize that later, and I'm intentionally not showing you this side of the craft room. It is coming along rather nicely. Okay, now you know what I know. And don't be afraid to alter your stuff. It's just a matter of transferring holes, drill holes from one side to the next, and then using the same exact hardware to put it up. There you go. It's easy. I did use a compound miter saw to do the massive cut, and I did half the cut and then I had to flip it over and do the other half of the cut. But that was easy too, like literally, you could do it.